what I'll be covering is, first of all, I'll quickly walk you guys through the course structure so that you are aware like what we are going to cover in the next upcoming sessions, maybe in like 1 month or so, the entire course. And then what I'll do is usually there is a installation part. Like if you guys already have Power BI in your desktop, then that's totally fine. If not, then I'll tell you like how to install it in your desktop, right? Because in this lecture we will mostly focus on Power BI desktop, right? So this Power BI is a free application that you can download from Google or anywhere online, right? So we will discuss that, the installation part, right? And then I will walk you through the interface of Power BI, what all things are there. And if time permits, we will cover like what is like what is Power BI, why do we use Power BI, and what are the different core views inside the Power BI, right? So let me start with this. So these are the major ones, like the topics I have mentioned, but this is just the high level view. It's not like exactly in detail, but just to give you guys a brief idea of what I'll be covering, right? So the first one is introduction to Power BI desktop. So basically it will cover uh, as I mentioned, the installation part, like all the setting up of Power BI desktop. And then what is Power BI? Why do we use Power BI? Components of Power BI. Basically, we will explore the Power BI desktop, right? Then the second part would be how to connect and shape the data. So once you know about like the basic, all the interface of Power BI, all the options that are available in Power BI, then we will talk about how to import the data inside Power BI, and then what all transformation we have to do, and what are the different types of uh, data connectors that is available, how do we edit, merge, append queries. So all those things we will discuss. And then all these things will not be theoretical. I'll show the demo, and we will take one particular project which I'll so I have the data sets. Using that data sets, I'll import that data set and show you everything. Like I'll give you a demo, so it is, the entire thing will be practical. And also I'll be sharing that data set with you guys so that you can also try your hands using those data sets and try to create the visualization. So basically, one project will be entirely hands-on so that you get confidence like how exactly everything works out, right? So it will be the demo, and then I'll be talking about the third topic that I have mentioned here, right? Which is creating a data model. This is very important. So this is the base of Power BI. Once you know how to create a data model, what are the different data tables, what are the different lookup tables, how to basically create relationships between different tables, and create relationship, what is the primary key, what is the foreign key, and how the filter flow works. So all those, these are the basic concepts, because once you are able to create data model, then the visualization part is very easy, because the visualization depends on how your tables are connected, right? So the third topic that is there is very important, and I would suggest that once we complete this topic, try to go through this as many times as you can and ask me questions, right? Because once you know this part, then let's say like half of the things are done, right? Then the fourth one is adding calculated fields with DAX. So again, DAX is a very important concept. Uh, and all the calculations that we do in Power BI are mostly dependent on the DAX calculation. Like we call it as DAX calculated columns, and DAX measures, right? So I'll talk about what is the difference between calculated columns, what is the difference between measures, what are implicit, explicit DAX measures, what are the different types of DAX functions, right? So this is also very important topic. So I would suggest like the third topic and the fourth topic are like majorly the most important ones. So try to focus more on these. And then the last part, once you are done with all the data modelings, all the calculations and everything, then visualization comes, right? So we will talk about what are the different charts available in the Power BI desktop, when to use which chart, and how to visualize your data, what are the key metrics, what are the KPIs that you can actually look into, and then how to do formatting, filtering, all those things, right? And as I mentioned, the entire the course that I have mentioned, we will do one like we will take one project and we will discuss all these topics, right? So any questions that you guys have, or you want me to actually make changes or add something?
Uh, no, Meha. This whole thing will be. Um, you said that you will be giving with the practical sections, right?
Correct. Yes.
Okay, no problem then.
Yeah, so I would be sharing data sets with you guys so that like whatever I will discuss in the class, you can try that out from your end.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay?
So it's not like we do all the class and do the project at the last. So like we are learning through the projects.
Yeah, so we are learning through the project, because what happens, like if I will just talk theoretically, it
Mm-hmm.
won't be that effective. But if I give you the data set and you try it on your side, so many a times it happens that you're not able to exactly do it, because there are many things that happens while importing, while transforming and all those. So it's better to actually not talk theoretically, do everything practical, right?
Oh yeah,
So
that's
that's why.
correct. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Okay. And these are the few demo dashboards that we have built in previous lectures. So as you see, right, the final product is all those filters. These are the cards. These are the we have pie charts, we have bar charts, we have line and bar charts combined, we have tables. So all these things we will be discussing. Right. And as you mentioned, we have average sales, running total, order percentage. So all these are calculations that we have done using DAX, right? So I'll be talking about all those. And then this is one of the project that actually this is the project for which we have data sets, and I'll be sending you data sets. So at the end of the entire lecture, you will be able to create this dashboard that you are seeing over here, right? This, and then in this one there are different charts. We have Gauss charts, we have line charts, cards, area charts. So we will be talking about all these things. Okay. Okay, so if we are good with this one, then I'll be starting the first topic, which is introduction to Power BI desktop. So before I start, do you guys already have Power BI installed, or you don't have it in your desktop?
No,
No,
I
no,
don't.
I don't have.
You don't have it. Okay, so what I can do is I can ping you guys a link, or what you can do is you can go in Google and you can actually type powerbi.microsoft.com. Okay, so once you type in that, you can click on the first one, and then you can click on the start free. Okay, so
Okay.
then you will get one link which says try Power BI for free.
Okay.
Okay. You don't need to actually sign into this one. Let me see where there is download button. Download for free at the bottom in this same page. So once you click download for free, it will open this one and it will start downloading, right? So once you download, then we can discuss few of the options that we have to do. So you want to try it out right now or you want to do it later?
Once the class is done, I'll try to install Meha.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's better that way.
Okay, fine. So the installation part we will cover in the last 5 minutes. Okay, and right now I will start with the first topic. Okay,
Okay.
so let me go here and okay, the first one is what is Power BI, right? So this page that you are seeing in my computer screen is Power BI interface. Like this is the Power BI desktop. So once you download it and open it, you will have something like this. At the top, if you see, we have various options, right? File, home, insert, modeling, view, help. I'll talk about each of these slowly in our upcoming sessions. So first of all, talking about basics, like what is Power BI? So if you see here, Power BI is a Microsoft BI product. Which has both desktop and web-based applications, right? So this is Power BI desktop, and then we have Power Apps and others, right? And why do we use Power BI? So it is used for loading, modeling, and visualizing data. So basically, this is a product in which you can load the data, do some modeling, and then you can visualize the data using any of the charts that you see here, right? Now comes like, why do we use Power BI? So we use Power BI because we can analyze millions of rows of data here, right? And the first and foremost part is Power BI is absolutely free, and this is industry leader among BI platforms. So we have various other visualization tools like we have Tab View, Click View, right? But Power BI is preferred amongst all because this is absolutely free, right? If you go for Tab View, then there is some licensing cost that you have to pay, right? And it depends. So usually once you get into any organization, they have like one licensed product which is available for their employees, right? Who are working over there. But as a customer, like right now, you can't use uh, Tableau or you have to pay some licensing amount. But when compared to Power BI, it's absolutely free. As we discussed right now, you can go on the Google, type in like download Power BI, and then you can download and start working, right? You don't need to do anything or give any money for the basic this Power BI desktop part, right? So that's why we use Power BI. Again, like it supports, or you can analyze millions of rows of data over here. You can access data from anywhere. That means if you go into get data part from where all you can actually connect the your desktop. So there are multiple data sources from where you can connect. You can have like connect this through flat files, Excel workbook, CSVs, database tables, cloud services, right? Then you can connect it through some folders also. So you can access data from anywhere. So that is also a good capability. Then you can build a relational models with from multiple sources, right? So let's say your one data is sitting in Excel workbook, one data is sitting in some database, SQL database. So you can bring in all the data sets, you can connect through different tables, different data sources, and then you can create relationship between those tables and visualize data. So that is also like very good capability that is provided inside Power BI desktop. Then you can also have like write complex calculations using DAX. So DAX is, again, as I mentioned, it's like data analysis expression, we call it DAX formulas or DAX measures columns that you create, right? So these are few of the things which makes Power BI better than the other BI platforms, right? So this is the interface. In the left corner, if you see, I'm hovering my screen. We have three tabs over here. First one is report view, right? We call, like, these are the three core views or three tabs that is there in the desktop. The first one is report view, right? So in report view, you can visualize your data. So this is the, if I click on plus, so you will get it like something like this. So in the report view, it's blank and you can visualize your data over here, right? If you go towards right, there is something called filter pane, wherein you have multiple options. If you see here, it's filters on this page. So if you bring in some of the fields over here, so this will filter, or this filter will apply to all the visualization, all the charts that you will create over here in this blank canvas, right? Then you have filters on all pages. So if you bring in, let's say I brought year in this particular filter, so this means this year 2016 or 2017 selected will apply to all the tabs that you have created, right? So basically what in the below that you are seeing, there are multiple tabs that you can create. So let's say I want, as you see here, we have first executive summary page, right? So executive summary will talk about how at an overall level my business is working, right? What is my monthly revenue, what is my monthly orders? So at an overall level we can see, and then we have detailed view, right? So if somebody wants to pinpoint to a particular product and see like how it's working, what are the trends, then they can go into this one. So that's why we can create, like, you can create as many tabs as you want, one overall, then you have detailed view likewise, right? So this filters on all pages will apply to all these pages or tabs that you will be creating, right? Any questions, anyone, till now?
You said the filters, right? Neha, are
Mhm.
you showing this on your screen, or because I can not able to see the right one you said and the left one,
Right
or
now,
you
what are you able to see on my screen?
I can able to see only Power BI gets the premium treatment and there is a cursor. Uh, the cursor is not moving. I think
Oh, okay. So not sure. You're not. Oh, 1 minute. Let me actually again uh, stop sharing and start sharing. Sometime it happens. 1 minute. Actually, I was sharing my Power BI desktop. Not sure. Are you guys able to see now?
Yeah, I'm seeing fully.
Okay. So you were saying it earlier also, Becca, or you
Yeah,
was
yeah. I was saying, yeah, because you was like telling I was a tree on the left side, I
correct?
was a report and everything. I was seeing it.
Okay, okay. So are you able to see now, Shahnaz?
no, Meha.
You are not. Why is this happening? What are you seeing right now?
I can able to see your screen where it is showing the meeting section.
Okay, okay. Then that means, are you able to see now?
Yeah, I can able to see now.
Okay,
Build
fine.
visuals with the
Yeah, exactly. Yes. Yeah, sometimes it happens. So what I'll quickly hover, like in the left side, if you see there are three tabs, right? The first one is report view. So I was talking about the report view right now. Okay.
Yeah, I heard.
And this is the blank page wherein you will build visualization using the data set that you will be creating. And then towards right little bit, there is a filter section, right? So I was talking about this filter section. There, if you see at the top, you have filters on this page. So if you bring in any of the filter, any of the columns over here, so that will apply only to this page, this visualization on like the visualization on this page, right? But if you bring in uh, your filters in here, filters on all pages, let's say year I have selected right now, so 2016 or 2017, that will be applied to each of the tabs that you see here, right, at the below. So at the below we have exec summary, product detail, customer detail, right? So it will be applied to all these three tabs that we have, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So these are the filters that we have. Then once you go towards right, we have visualization section, right? So herein you have multiple charts that you see. So you have bar chart, you have column chart, then you have like 100% stacked bar, 100%. So I will talk about all these charts in a separate session, when to use which chart, why do we use this chart in a particular scenario. This will come little later, because before coming to this, we will be talking about connecting to different data sources, and as I mentioned, like building relationships, creating data tables and all those things. But I will talk about all these charts, at least like the most used charts, which are like the line charts, area charts, bar charts, then we have pie chart, right? We have these slicers, when we use slicers, what are the tables. So all these important ones, like most of these will be covered, and when to use what, I will be covering those. Okay, so these are the visualizations, and if you can see here, we have it here. These are tree graphs, then we have table, we have uh, these are cards, these are the maps. So few of the visualizations, we have it here. So we will talk about it once we do it. Okay. Then towards, if you move towards right, you see fields, right? So in fields,
Yeah.
these, what are these? These are different tables that we have in this desktop. So first one is calendar lookup. Under, if you click on this arrow, you will see multiple multiple columns. These are the columns. So the first one is table, and below these are the columns. So you can see under calendar table what all columns are available. You have date, day of week, short day, and all those things, right? If you go to other table, let's say customer lookup. So what are columns or fields are available in customer lookup? So you see under customer lookup, we have what is the annual income of customer, birthday, age, education, email address, all those, like everything related to that customer, all the details of that customer. So similarly, we have multiple tables, and then uh, we have connected these tables on some key, which is like primary key and all those. So I'll talk about those concepts in our upcoming session. So at an overall level, if you see, this is basically the first view, which is report view, wherein you can visualize your data, right? Then the second view is data view. If I click into this one, you see there is the table that you, uh, can you see my screen right now, both of you?
Yeah. Yeah,
Yes,
I
yes.
can see.
Okay. So in the data view means you will see all the tables, data that is there in your desktop, right? So this table, which table will appear here depends on which table you click on the right side, right? So in the right side, if you see there is fields section, right? So right now it's clicked on calendar lookup, and that's why what you are seeing is under calendar lookup, what all fields or columns are available and what are the data that is available in this table, right? So this tells me if you click on date, it tells me we have data starting from 1st January 2015 in this table till 30 June 2017, right? So this kind of information you will get from data view. If you want to actually see what all data is present in a particular table, you can come to data view and then you can look into each of these tables. Let's say I click on product lookup, right? So under product lookup, you see product key, product subcategory key, product name, product description, color. So everything related to that product is available here. And then you can look into like any detail for a particular product in here, right? So this data view contains all the data that is available in your report, right? Then the third comes is model, right? So this model view in this one, if you see, okay, 1 minute, let me go down. Yeah. So you see there are multiple tables that is, let me actually do this. Yeah. So here what we see in the model view basically contains all the modeling that we have done in in the report, right? So whatever table you pull in inside your desktop, that will come as this in this view, right? So if you see, we have multiple tables: calendar, customer, product, category. All these tables you will see here somewhere. Let's say this is calendar lookup, right? Then you have product lookup, sales, product subcategory. So all those tables will appear over here. The last one is see price adjustment. Even though this table is not connected to any of the tables, you see that as a standalone, like that particular table will appear over here. So this modeling view contains all the tables that is there in your report. And then basis on the primary key and the foreign key concept, we connect one table with the other table, right? So as you see here, these tables, if you see calendar lookup sales, sales is connected to product, product is connected to product subcategory. So all these are connected. So I will talk about all these, like how do you make this connection? How should, if you see there are some arrow also, and there is one star. So I will talk about all these, how this relationship is built, what are these means, like what does one signify, what does uh, this star signifies, from where to where this direction should flow. So all these, but the basics is like we have three views. The first one is used for visualization, second one is used for all the data related things you can see in, like what exactly columns and rows are available in your data, and the third is modeling view, wherein you can see all the tables and how the relationships has been built, right? So this is the basic three views that we have. Any questions till now?
No, ma'am.
Yeah, for me, when we do the modeling, do we use a query like SQL query, something like that?
No. So I will
Oh,
talk about the concept of SQL query, which I mentioned, right? Like what is primary key, what is foreign key, because this is the base. Even if you do SQL queries, right? Even if you go to SQL database and write few queries, the concept should be same, like on which key you have to join two tables, right? So
Okay.
I will not talk about that query in detail, like select star from this table, all those, because that
Yeah.
is not required here, but the concept I'll be covering, right? And how this particular how this is this relationship is built here. We don't use query. What we do is there is one option. If you see at the top, I clicked in manage relationship, right? So
Yeah.
if you create a new, okay, so here you have two things. You can select in table from here, let's say customer lookup, and let's say here something, some other calendar lookup. And then basis on the key, primary key concept, you need to figure out like this, I should connect the first table on which particular column with the second table. So that's how
Okay.
the relationship is created in Power BI. We don't write
Oh,
SQL queries over here, right?
all
But
right.
yeah, if you want to learn the SQL part, then later on, like after this course, I can take one session. It's easy because once you know the concept, then it's easy to write the query, right?
Oh,
So
yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
so yeah,
I
any
heard
yeah.
I heard there is something like SSR is something the way they were talking. I don't know what is it, but they told me like it's kind of connecting to Power BI something.
Yeah, so SSRS is a again SQL Server Reporting Services, right? So
Okay.
that is also used for visualizing data, but that is different from Power BI. So
Oh, okay.
that is basically a SQL Server system which enables you to create the visualization using
Okay. Okay.
SQL Server and other data sources, right? So that
All
is again a separate reporting service.
right. Okay.
Uh, Okay, so these are the views. Then, if you guys are okay with this one, then I can talk about. So, these you understood, right? Now, what we will be doing is, uh, as I mentioned, I have few data sets. Uh, we will connect the data set, like we will import that data set in this report, and then I will show you like how do we transform raw data, and then what are the different transformation we can do inside a data set, right? So if you go into get data, so to import any of the data sets, you have to go to the home tab. If you see here, right at the top, we have home tab. So once you go to the home tab, you can see get data. So in get data, we have multiple data sources from where you can connect. If you click on more, you have multiple data sources option from where you can connect. In all, you have all the list of all the data sources that is out there. We have Excel workbook, text or CSV, JSON file. You can connect to folder, PDF, and any SQL Server database, like various databases, Oracle, SQL, IBM. And then there are few cloud services. If you go at the bottom, these are different uh, databases, Teradata, SAP HANA, and at the below you have Azure. So cloud services, online services also you have at the bottom. So mainly these are like the, if you want to automate or you are creating high-end projects, then you can actually use all these. But the most used ones in any organization that I have seen is, now gradually they are moving to the cloud side, but mostly that will be used is your flat files. By flat file I mean Excel or CSV file, right? And then the databases, because in all the organization there will be databases, right? SQL Server database or any Oracle database from where you need to pull the data and then create visualization, right? And then you have SharePoint option also here, right? Because you were telling, right, that you have SharePoint access, let's say. So if you want to connect the data set that is placed in some SharePoint folder and you want to pull that data into your Power BI, that also you can do from here, right? So these are the important ones that you have to that you can mostly use while creating your desktop, while creating your report. So in our lecture, since the database access and all those, I don't have right now here. So that's why I'll be using mostly Excel workbook or CSV files, right? And uh, so let me actually have something over here. Let me actually pull in one of the data sets so that I can show you like how to do it, right? So let me go to Excel workbook. Okay. Just a moment. Okay. So let me actually files and let me pull one of the, let's say I pull customers. Okay. I open it. Okay. Right. So what I have done is I had one CSV file for customers. So what I did, I clicked on get data and then you can click on the CSV one. You have to select your data set. And once it gets loaded, this is the preview page. So in this preview page, if you see, there are multiple columns that is out there, right? So in preview page, it will not show you the entire data set that is there in your file. It will pick few of the rows from the top and it will show you as a sample, right? So this preview page is showing what are the different columns in your data set. So we have customer key, prefix, first name, last name, birth date, all those things. And then we have few rows for each of these column, right? And for each of these, there will be some data type that will be attached to each of these columns, right? So how that data type will be defined is based on these rows, these few rows, right? So if you see in the customer key, we have numeric value. So this will be numeric. Customer key will be numeric. If you look into prefix and first name, even in last name, you see in the top few rows, these are text, right? So the data type for each of these column by default, it will take as text. Why? Because in the couple of rows based on the first 100 200 rows, here you see they have written the detection type. So based on first 200 rows, Power BI itself decides what should be the data type for each of these column, right? Then for birth date, since these are dates, it will take this as a date, data type as a date, right? So that is one thing that the Power BI decides on itself, looking into like first few rows of the columns, right? So once you import it, you don't have to load it. Every time you import any of the data set, you have to click on transform data. Why? Because once you click on transform data, I'll show you. Okay. Once you click on transform data, a page will open, this is query editor, Power Query Editor. So as soon as you click on transform, it will take you to this query editor page, right? So why we clicked on transform option? Because for any of the data sets, after uploading, you have to do two steps. The first one is you have to update the name of that table. If you see at the right side, if the name of the table is not what you want, then you have to update it. So for each of these data sets, after uploading, you have to at least do two things, right? These two things are mandatory. The first one is changing the name of any of the table. And the second one is you have to scroll through each of the column headers and see if the data type which has been assigned by the Power BI basis on the top few rows looks correct to you or not. If that is not correct, then you have to actually change that data type, right? So these are at least two steps that you have to do after importing any of the data sets. Okay. Any question, anyone till now?
Yeah, I mean, like after we import it, if there is something wrong, so do I have to do it again?
No. So what I was saying is, once you import it, right? So you saw that page wherein you had load button, transform button, and let me actually do it again for you. Let me go here, text or CSV. Let's say I select product. Okay, product table. So once you select and open it, what will happen? This preview page will open. You are okay with till here?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Okay. So once you see this preview page, there are 2-3 things that I talked about. So for each of these columns, Power BI has decided what should be the data type for each of the column basis on the first 200 rows. If you see here, data type detection is based on first 200 rows, right? So they have decided, like the Power BI has decided, like what should be the data type for each of these columns, right? So what you have to do after once this preview page opens, if you click on load, it will directly load into, like it will directly be loaded as is. What I mean by this is whatever is data type has been assigned by default, or whatever the table name is, or the way the data is looking over here, it will be loaded as is. But if you want to make any change to the data set, you have to click on transform data, right? But uh, every time what I would suggest is click on transform data and not directly click on load, because before loading it, what we have to do is scroll through all the columns and see what is the data type of each of the columns and if it's making sense or not, right? So if I click on transform data, this query editor page will come. Okay. And here you can see for each of the column at the left corner, you see there is something that is there, right? 1, 2, 3. What does 1, 2, 3 mean? 1, 2, 3 means that this column is numeric. Numeric means like number. We have numbers in each of these rows. So that's why it's 1, 2, 3. If it's ABC, that means we have text. So this entire value is treated as text. Why text? Because we have either text everywhere or it's combination of number plus text. So wherever you have like this value, it will be considered as text. So mostly it will be right, which because these are assigned by default. uh, once you click on transform data, you see these values which has been assigned by default, and Power BI has assigned it by default, right? But what I'm suggesting is scroll towards each of and see each of the columns, and if it's not making sense to you, then you can change it. How you can change it? You can click on this corner wherever you see, and you have multiple options over here. So you can change it for a particular column which you feel doesn't look right to you. Okay.
Okay, guys.
So is it clear? So what I'm saying is all the data type will be assigned by default, but for any of the column, if it doesn't feel right to you, then what you can do, you can change it in this particular window only. You can change it. So in the query editor, you can do any type of editing, any type of formatting, any type of change you want to do. You can do it here. So you can change the data type, you can change the column name, you can change the values that is there. By value, I mean the formatting of these values. So you can do anything, you can do any type of calculation, right? So I will show you like how to do it, right? So let's say we have here, let me go right. Let's say product size, right? In product size, we have, if you click on this arrow, you have numbers and you have text, right? So this column is pretty and the data type assigned is ABC, right? So doesn't make sense. This one doesn't look right. Why? Because it has mixed values, which has both number and text, and the data type assigned to this particular column is ABC, which is text, right? So what I can do, if the column doesn't make sense to you, or if you don't want this column to be part of your data set, then you can right click and you can remove. So once you right click and remove column, so this will be removed from your data set. Right? So any kind of transformation you can do in your data set. Okay. So
Transformation in the sense like editing whatever the data we need to edit, we can do it from here, right, Meha?
yes. So today I'm not talking about each of these, so that's why it might be little confusing for you guys. But what I will do is, once you get into this query editor in tomorrow's class, once you get into query editor, I will talk about each of these tabs at the top. You see, right? You have home, you have transform, you have add column, you have view, you have tools and help, right? First of all, I will talk about each of these options that is out there, and then what is when to use which option, and then I will import this data set and apply those few steps so that you understand like what is happening over here,
Okay.
right? So today I just wanted to show you like how to import data set and what exactly, like once you import, where does it take you in the next step, right? So once you import the data set, you have to click on transform and then it will come here in this page. And then I will talk about like what to do in this page, maybe in the next session, right? Tomorrow. Like what exactly you need to do here. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So any question?
Meha, you said that the data we will be taking it from the sites that you shown, right? Excel, Amazon, cloud services. That all that what type of data that we can collect it from the? Are those data default?
1 minute. So let me go to the get data and show you these options. So by default, what do you exactly mean?
You said that the CSV file that you have taken, that is the default file. So if we need to change the data, we'll go for the transform data where we can edit or visualize or we can remove. We have seen that session, right? So
Yeah.
what type
Okay.
of data
No,
will
that is not default. So you have to select this option depending on your data is in which format, right?
for?
So so you know like your data is in CSV format, Excel format, PDF, or what format your data is in, right? You should have that knowledge, right, before creating this uh, report. So let's say your data sits in database, SQL Server database. So there are few tables that is there in your database, and you want to connect your Power BI desktop with that server, that database. So then you have to select SQL Server database. Nothing is
Okay.
default over here. What I was trying to tell is in this particular course, I will be using CSV or workbook
Work.
primarily because that data set is readily available with me and I can directly import it. Like I don't have to be dependent on any of the uh, databases, because for having access to databases you will have to have the server name, the connection established, right? So all those things is not possible here. So that's why for the entire course, I'll be using a CSV file to explain everything to you guys,
Okay.
right? But CSV or Excel is not default. You can
Mhm.
select any of the option depending on your data is in stored
Which?
where, which
Yeah.
place, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Any question? Any more questions? Becca, do you have any question?
No, I don't have any question. It's clear for me.
Okay. Okay. So, not sure, maybe the second part is not that clear to you guys, like after get data and all those things, but don't worry about that because my main purpose was not to actually do the transformation, all those in today's lecture. Today's lecture, as I mentioned, like I wanted to give you guys a feel of how the desktop looks like, what all the options are there here, and what are different views. Tomorrow we will talk about get data and actually import one data and do all the transformations in detail. I'll talk about that. Okay, so don't worry about, like, even if it's not very clear to you in today's session, we will be covering it tomorrow, so that should be clear tomorrow. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think for today we are good. You want to do the installation, or will you guys do it on your own and then ask me if any question, like how do you want to do it, or you want me to actually uh, right now do here, like you guys will do and I'll guide you like how to do it. How do you want to do it?
What I'll do is I'll try from mine because right now my PC, my laptop is not available. Can
Okay.
we do it on a smartphone as well? No, it we need.
No, smartphone, then there should be like there are a mobile interface, Power BI mobile also, but then I won't like suggest that because anyways you will have to do the visualization, create relationship and all those things. So that you won't be able to do in the mobile version. So you can visualize or you can have a glance of the report, but to do it hands-on, you will have to have it on your desktop.
Yeah, so I'll try it on the desktop. If in case if I get stuck at anywhere, I'll ask. I'll ask to you, Meha. That would be fine.
Yeah, for me that's fine. But yeah, let me know once you guys download it. Becca, will you be able to download it? Or do
Yeah,
you
I think
want to
so.
download it right now? Then I can be here also. No issues.
No issues. Okay, I can download it now.
Okay. Okay, so Shahnaz, you can do it from your end and let me know if you get stuck anywhere. And Becca, you
Sure.
can download it right now. So once you download it, can you share your screen, Becca? Because I want to actually do 2 or 3 steps post download. Like once you download it, we have to select few things in the features tab and data load tab. I'll talk about that. So, Shahnaz, if you can be here for maybe next 5 minutes, we will do it in Becca's laptop and you can just have a look like what all options you have to select. Then you can try it on your end.
Sure. Sure.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
so
So
can
I'll
I
stop.
share my
Yeah,
screen?
I'll stop my screen sharing. Yep. Let me know if you are not able to share, then maybe I need to give permission or something. Are you able to share, Becca?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I'm clicking on open share tray.
Mm-hmm.
And there is a desktop, like, stand up screenshot.
Yeah, you can click on screen.
Yeah, and I put like the entire screen.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why the share button is not working.
Share button is not working. Let me see.
Yeah, no, it works. So are you seeing my screen?
Yeah, I can see. Yep.
Okay. So this one is a Power BI desktop, yeah.
Can you go at the top, like in
At the
the
top.
bar? Yeah. Just type it Power BI dot Microsoft Power BI. Don't press space. Just without space, Power BI
Press.
dot Microsoft.com.
Okay. So can I this one the Microsoft? No.
Okay, I think that's fine. You can go down and I see there is a link. Downloads Microsoft Power BI. Yeah, hit enter. Okay, go down. Go down. Somewhere you will
This
see.
one.
Yeah, download of Power BI desktop. Download free. You can click on this one. Open. Is it downloading? I don't think so.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
downloading over here.
Okay. I'm not able to see the entire screen of yours.
Oh, you are not seeing the entire screen? Okay, what about
That's
now?
fine. That's fine. I can see your screen, but where the downloading is happening,
The download button is on the left side. You see it over here?
that part is not visible to me. But that's fine.
Oh, that's
Let me
okay.
know like once it's
It's
downloaded.
done.
Let me
Okay.
it's done. You can click on it.
It's almost there.
Okay.
So can you see my screen now?
Have you clicked on the downloaded part?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm not actually seeing anything, like anything meaning I'm seeing the previous screen only, like not the new one.
Hold it.
Yeah,
Okay, let me share it again.
yeah. I think there's some glitch with the Microsoft. It gets stuck.
It's
Screen.
getting
Uh,
some point.
I'm sorry, what did you say?
so can you
It's
see my screen now?
Yeah,
yeah.
now I can see. Yes, yes. I think you have it. You don't need to sign in. Just close that right side button at the top. Yeah, just cross it. Then
Okay.
you can go to the file, go to options and settings, options.
So can you
You
see my
click on the
screen?
option. I can see you clicked on options, right? I don't know why.
Yeah.
There should one window come.
Oh, okay, let me close it and go back. Is
Don't
it
close, just try it again. Yeah, go to options and
file
settings.
and options over here? Yeah.
Yeah, click on that. Why is it not opening? Okay, just go there and click on settings, maybe something has changed.
Over here, or report settings or
No, no,
regional
go to file,
settings.
file. I can't see
Okay.
your screen.
You are not seeing my screen now?
Now I can see. Yeah, go to options and
Okay.
settings. Click on data source settings. Let's see. I want it. Nothing is opening. No window is opening for you.
No, it just came like data source in current file. That's all.
Data source recurrent file. I can't see all those things. I don't know. Maybe it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's the thing. Okay,
Okay.
what I can do is I can share my screen and show you like what option you have to select. Okay,
Okay.
let me share my screen. File, options and settings. Can you see my
Mm-hmm.
screen?
Yeah, I can see your screen.
Then you have to click on options, right? Yeah. So
Yeah.
is this space coming to you?
Uh, it's the same.
Okay, okay. So I was not able to see that. So then you have to go to preview features,
Preview features. Okay.
right? And just make sure that nothing is selected over here.
Oh, okay. 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 Yep.
Then you have to then click OK. Then go to not this one, data load. The below current file data load.
All right. Current file data load.
You went there.
Yeah.
Just unclick or deselect auto detect new relationship after data is loaded. This option
Oh,
under relationship.
okay. Yeah. I done. I'm
Done.
done with that.
Click on
Yeah.
OK.
Okay.
And the third thing you have to do is go to regional settings just below data load.
Okay. Regional settings. Yes.
Yeah, you have to select English United States.
Yeah.
If that's
It's
not
by
selected,
default the same. Yeah.
then we are good. Just click on OK, and then I think that's it.
All right.
Okay. So these are the three settings that we have to do, Shahnaz. Once you download it, we can do it like as I did today. Like if you want again tomorrow, we will discuss it. Let me know.
Okay, ma'am.
So
Yeah,
I think we are on time for today. We will connect again same time tomorrow, and
okay.
then we will discuss like the next topic. Okay. Any question in today's session? Do you guys have?
No.
No, I don't have any.
Okay. Okay, guys. Then I think we are good. Let's meet tomorrow.
All right,
Thank you.
Sure.
thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.